Did you know Toyota secretly builds cars for 7 completely different types of people? And most of us only ever see 2 of them? Like, the same brand that sells a city car for 15 grand also hand builds a vehicle that costs more than most houses. Same badge, totally different world. So in this video, we're walking through every single level, from the bottom all the way up to something so exclusive, most Toyota fans don't even know it exists. Stick around, because by the end, you'll never look at a Toyota the same way again. Number 1 entry level. Here's something most people get wrong about cheap cars. They assume a low price means lazy engineering, cut corners, thin metal, stuff that rusts and breaks. So what actually happens when Toyota decides to build a $15,000 car? The Aygo X looks like a toy, right? Tiny crossover stance, small wheels, cute little face. Nothing serious. But the safety cell structure, the corrosion treatment, the powertrain tolerances, none of that is budget work. It's the same engineering philosophy running through the entire Toyota lineup. The engine is a 1.0-liter 3-cylinder, making 72 horsepower. And yeah, that's not a lot. But the whole car weighs under 1,000 kilograms, so it actually feels responsive in traffic. The turning circle is genuinely impressive. Toyota built this thing specifically for city use, and every decision, wheelbase, weight, gearing, points at that goal. Here's the kicker. Toyota calls their shared platform approach TNGA. Toyota, New Global Architecture, and even the Aygo X runs on it. Same structural DNA as cars costing 3 times more. Number 2, core mainstream. So, the Yaris and Corolla show up in more countries, more taxi fleets, and more driveways than almost any other car on Earth, and most people treat them like furniture. The Corolla is the best-selling nameplate in automotive history. Over 50 million units sold. That number loses meaning fast, so think about it this way. Every Corolla ever built, bumper to bumper, wraps around the Earth more than twice. And people still call it boring. Here's the kicker though. Boring is doing a lot of work in that sentence. The current Corolla runs Toyota's 5th-generation hybrid system. It pulls into full electric mode at low speeds. The switch between electric and petrol is nearly seamless. And the thermal efficiency sits around 40%. The Yaris hybrid squeezes past 60 miles per gallon in real urban driving. Did you know Toyota has been refining this hybrid system since 1997? That's nearly 30 years of real-world data compounding into every single Corolla and Yaris rolling off the line today. Number 3, utility and family. At some point, a car stops being just transport. It has to fit a stroller, survive a road trip, carry bikes, and still get decent fuel economy. That's a genuinely hard engineering problem. So Toyota's SUV range goes from the Yaris Cross, basically a Yaris on stilts for urban families who need boot space, all the way up to the RAV4 for families who actually go places. Each one is engineered for a specific version of family life, not just a different size box. The 2024 CHR overhaul is a good example. Toyota didn't just freshen the styling, they rebuilt the interior and added a plug-in hybrid version. The RAV4 plug-in hybrid makes 306 horsepower and delivers up to 75 kilometers of pure electric range on a full charge. And it sends torque to the rear axle electronically. So you get real all-wheel drive without a traditional mechanical drive shaft running the length of the car. Here's the kicker. Every powertrain choice in this lineup is matched specifically to how that vehicle actually gets used day to day. Number 4, commercial and workhorses. Most people watching this will never buy a van, but Toyota's commercial lineup moves more goods and covers more miles per year than anything else in their entire range. The Pro Ace family is bigger than most people realize. You've got the Pros City for urban delivery work, the Pros for mid-size cargo, the Pros Verso as a people mover, and the Pros Max for heavy hauling. Every single one now has a zero-emission electric version. The Pros City Electric runs a 50 kilowatt-hour battery with up to 330 kilometers of range, enough to handle a full urban delivery route on a single charge. Here's the kicker. Fleet buyers don't care about driving feel. They care about payload capacity, service intervals, and total cost of ownership over 5 years. A van that doesn't break down is literally more profitable than one that does. Did you know the Hilux has been in continuous production since 1968? Militaries, aid organizations, farmers on every continent, they all run Hilux. Number 5. Performance GR line. So, if you've been following the pattern, reliable, efficient, practical, the GR line hits like a plot twist. The GR Yaris shouldn't exist. Toyota needed to homologate a road car for the World Rally Championship, so they took a Yaris body and dropped in a purpose-built 1.6-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. It makes 261 horsepower, runs a sophisticated all-wheel drive system, and has a roofline that's actually lower than a standard Yaris. It's lighter, stiffer, and faster than cars costing twice as much. And it came from a regulatory requirement, not a marketing brief. The GR86 is a completely different animal. Pure rear-wheel drive, naturally aspirated 2.4-liter flat 4, no turbos, no hybrid assist. Just a lightweight chassis and a gearbox that rewards commitment. The GR Supra uses a turbocharged inline-6 up top. Here's the kicker. Gazoo Racing grew out of Toyota's actual motorsport program. The engineers building these road cars work directly alongside the racing teams. That DNA is completely real. Number 6. Premium/near luxury. There's a version of Toyota that barely advertises, doesn't show up in comparison tests, and isn't sold in every market. The Crown has been Toyota's flagship passenger car in Japan since 1955. That's longer than most European luxury brands have existed in their current form. It comes as a sedan, a sport version, and an estate, all running advanced hybrid systems. In Japan, owning a Crown carries real social weight. It signals success without the flashy European badge. People who know. The 5th-generation Prius sits in this conversation too. Toyota overhauled the design completely, and it shows. The plug-in hybrid version hits 0 to 60 in around 6.7 seconds. The interior runs a large touchscreen head-up display and digital mirrors on some variants. Here's the kicker. The Crown and upper Prius aren't just premium products. They're where Toyota stress tests its hybrid technology with fewer cost constraints, better insulation, sharper suspension tuning, higher thermal efficiency. And whatever works here eventually filters down into the mainstream lineup. Number 7. Ultra luxury. Lexus. At the very top of what Toyota builds, there's a vehicle most people have never heard of. The Toyota Century SUV costs around $200,000 and is built almost entirely by hand. The paint process takes multiple days. Craftspeople apply and polish layers of lacquer using a technique that takes years to master. The rear cabin is designed specifically for passengers, not drivers. Hand-stitched wool upholstery, genuine wood trim, the works. The Emperor of Japan rides in one. Lexus sits here too, and it's not just a badge swap. Toyota created Lexus specifically to beat Mercedes and BMW, and in initial quality surveys, it regularly does. The LC500's naturally aspirated V8 is considered one of the best-sounding engines in production today. Here's the kicker. The Century and the Lexus LS run on the same fundamental engineering principles as the Aygo X. Toyota's production system applies across everything they make. Same philosophy, unlimited budget. Toyota just turns up the volume.